Hi and welcome back to Basic Bananas TV. Today I got with me Julia, who runs our branding agency called The Business Hood. And the reason why I'm sitting here with Julia is because one question we get asked a lot by you, our viewers, our listeners, is how do I get a great logo designed? How do I get a logo that I like, that my customers like? How do I get a logo? So I asked Julia if she could come and share some of her tips with us, and we got 7 for you.
Exactly. Let's start with the first one, which is inspiration. So whenever you start a logo project, it's imperative for you to gather the right inspiration for the designers or for the creative managers you work with. So if you don't know where to start, maybe just pop in great logo design into Google. Pinterest can be a really great place to just gather information, design ideas, and look for things that you like to give them direction or pointers.
Yeah, I love that. And then the second point goes with the first one, which is make sure that the inspiration that you're finding ties in with the perception that you want to portray. So think about how you want to be perceived, your brand, how your brand wants to be perceived, and then find inspiration that portrays that. So it might be that you want to be seen as more of a luxury brand, or maybe young and upbeat, maybe it's more conservative. So make sure that whatever you're doing, it ties in with your perception.
Exactly. And the next thing to look at would be just don't be a copycat. Don't copy, but be bold in the same time. So don't, otherwise you're part of the big mass and you don't stand out. So just be bold.
Yeah, and you're so good at that actually. When I look at the design work that Julia manages from our designers, you always push them and you push our clients to be brave enough to make a statement, and those are usually the ones that are doing really well in the market because they stand out.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one is don't follow trends. I know this can sound a little bit controversial, but what we mean by that is that you want to get something designed that can stand the test of time. So you don't want to get something that maybe in 5 months it's already outdated because you followed some catchy trend. So rather than doing that, you want to create something that is timeless, that you will like even in a year or 2 years. Of course, you can develop and evolve your logo, but it's better not to go with the sort of trying to catch every trend, because trends are like that and they change very quickly.
I completely agree with you. And the next thing, it's sometimes forgotten, but it's an essential part as well. Just make sure that the logo looks good in black and white as well as it does in color, because just imagine all the materials that you are going to print. Like, you just have to make sure that it looks good in black and white as well.
Yeah, and that's such a good point, because often you look at something in color and it looks so great, and then you see it in black and white and it totally loses all the greatness of it. And also part of it is don't get too attached about having to have a symbol or an icon. It's not necessary. You don't necessarily need an icon. You can play with fonts, different fonts, and how you put them together sometimes can create a really beautiful logo too. And then number 6 is make sure that you like it. Make sure that you really like your logo. It doesn't really matter that much if your friends or one of your friends doesn't like it. You have to like it, and hopefully your customers and clients will like it too.
Yeah, exactly, because it's so subjective as well.
It's so subjective,
because that leads us into the next point, which is just please trust your designers or trust the people you work with. Make sure that you work with people who know what they're doing, who are experts in their field, and then you can be relaxed, because you're in good hands.
Exactly. So trust, and we see this a lot. So make sure, first of all, you pick someone who knows how to create a brand from scratch, and usually those people, they've studied brands and they know exactly what makes a really good brand, and then trust them because they probably know what they're doing, hopefully. Now, if you would love to hear more about these topics, ask any branding questions that you may have. I will bring Julia back many, many times because she is a fountain of knowledge. And also, if you would like to even talk to Francisca, if you would like to talk to Julia, you can also get in touch with her via the Business Hood. And lastly, if you know someone who is just rebranding maybe or creating a brand from scratch, get them to watch this video and hopefully this will help them.
Yes, we would love to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for watching.